Have you ever been so frustrated with a task, a goal, or a part of your life where you just wanted to throw in the towel and give up? Well, don't. Stick around and I'll tell you why. Hey, Dustin Boozler here, and this is the channel of all things personal development and investing, and today we are covering just how close you actually are to your own personal breakthrough, so stick around. I promise by the end of this video that you'll have the inspiration and motivation that you need to continue and push forward, because your breakthrough is actually a lot closer than you might think. Let's start with a little preface and talk about some big names in the world that went through some adversity that you may know. The first one's Michael Jordan. He's arguably one of the greatest people to ever play basketball, and I'm sure everyone watching this video has heard his name before and knows that he played basketball and did it on a very high level. However, what you may not know about Michael Jordan is that he actually did not make his varsity high school basketball team, and he was able to use that as motivation to get back out there and make the team the following year and become, again, one of the greatest people to ever play basketball and have all the accomplishments that go with that. The second name I'd like to talk about, which we all know very well, is Drew Brees. He is the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints and arguably one of the best folks to play that position at that level. What you may not know about him is that he actually had a severe shoulder injury, had to have surgery and a lot of rehabilitation to get back on the field, and he actually used that injury and that adversity to program himself to have a breakthrough to get back on the field and do what he does today. And I recently read an article in preparation for this video about him that was really motivational and really inspiring. So I actually include that in the comments below, that talked about his injury, how he got past it, and how he is playing the best he's ever played today in the NFL world. So when we look at Michael Jordan or Drew Brees, we only see the massive success that they've been able to have in their career. However, what we don't see with either those two guys or anyone that's really successful is all the struggles and all the things that went into leading to that point of massive success. And as the saying goes, we only see the tip of the iceberg, the success. However, you don't see the hours and hours of practice and the letdowns and the failures where they just persevered and kept moving forward to get to the massive scales of success that we all know and talk about today. If you have big goals and big dreams and you are working towards those, keep going. It is through failure that we ultimately succeed. And the reason is because we are trying, we are pushing the envelope, we are getting outside of our comfort zone and doing things that we've never done before. So of course there's going to be failure, there's going to be speed bumps, but if you keep going, you will succeed. God or the universe has a plan for us and ultimately wants us to succeed. However, sometimes we aren't yet the person that deserves the success we're seeking. The challenges we face on the road to success are there to help us to become that person. So if you're finding yourself weary and in need of a nudge to keep going, stay tuned, this part is for you. Perseverance is a quality personality trait to have, and I can tell you, we've all struggled at one point or another. So if you're currently struggling or have struggled in the past, use these tricks that we're going to put in your toolbox to help you keep going and get you to where you ultimately want to be. So let's get into the tricks that will help you persevere when you're finding yourself down or struggling and need to get to your breakthrough. First things first, start with your why. Why did you become super excited or motivated to pursue whatever it is that you're pursuing? You know, whenever we first start on something, it's really easy to get motivated and have that why at the forefront of our mind. But whenever we're on the struggle bus and things aren't going the way that we want them to go, it's easy to get sidetracked or throw in the towel or forget why we started in the first place. So if you find yourself at that point or that fork in the road, remember why you started. Go back and visualize the things that got you so excited to start about this project, and then just pursue forward to remind yourself that your goal is 100% achievable. If that goal or vision that you had for your life was not attainable or possible, it would have never entered into your mind or your heart or got you the desire to go out and start towards it. So, it is definitely possible. The next one, step away. That's right, I mean step away from the madness and the action plan that you have for yourself to achieve success. And whenever I say take a break, I mean it. Forget about it. At least for a short amount of time, be it a day or maybe even a week. Sometimes we're focusing way too hard and don't see the clear answer right in front of us. So it's really important to take a step back, clear your mind. That way when you get back on your project, you have a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective, and you're able to push through that drywall you once thought was brick. Now this is my favorite trick, but it is also one of the most difficult to do in my eyes. It is to celebrate how far you've come and all your successes. And the reason it's so difficult is because we are our own worst critic. We hold ourselves to such a high standard And when somebody might look at your life and say, wow, I mean, you've really achieved a lot of things, we're internally processing that and say, yeah, but I can do a lot better. I know I have a lot more in the tank. So it's really difficult sometimes to give yourself credit. But just think about this for a second. Think about all the trials and tribulations and all the failure that you've experienced, and you've gotten back up. You learned, you took another one right on the chin, and you persevered when all things seemed lost. You seemed like success was nowhere near you, and you kept pushing forward. If you will just think back and reflect, what that does, it really gets your mind in the frame like, oh, yeah, Dustin, you did that before. Oh, you can succeed. You've been through these kinds of things and you've gotten through it. So if you find yourself struggling or in a really tough spot, just remember and reflect back on all of the great things that you've done. Use it as motivation to climb out of that little rut and get to the next level in your life, because I promise you, success is always a lot closer than you think, and that breakthrough is right around the corner. You just have to persevere and get through this little pickle. And keep in mind, achieving a goal should never just be about the work or the thing. It should really be about the person that you are becoming and acquiring the skills that you need to achieve that big goal, have that big breakthrough, or get to the next level in your life. I don't know about you, but I live for breakthrough moments. Those aha moments when everything seemed impossible, people thought you were crazy, it'll never happen, and you persevered, and you hit your goal, you hit your big vision, or whatever the case may be, and it just was like, I did it, I made it happen, and you're so proud and happy because you didn't listen to the naysayers. You just kept learning and acquiring the skills that you needed to get to the goal and become the person it took to get to that big vision for your life. So I would love to hear what your breakthroughs are. Drop them in the comments below. What was your big aha moment? What did you persevere through that got you to the next level and got you to where you are in your life today? I'd love to hear about them. Anytime you find yourself at the end of your rope, use that little bit of last energy to swing to the next level in your life and figure out ways that you can maybe reroute or process failure or move in a different direction, because there is always a way. If you run into an obstacle, think of that obstacle like a box. Now think outside that box. You can either break through it or you can go around it. It's called a loophole. Make your own. And if you're ready to give up, try one of the strategies in this video. I promise you, you will not regret it. I am rooting for you to succeed in all areas of your life, and my wish is that this video will help you to remember who you are, what you want, and that you are capable and deserving of achieving all your dreams, especially the big ones. It's going to take some work, but just remember, the journey is your story, and the good, the bad, the ugly, it will all be worth it in the end. If this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share it with someone who may need to hear the message, and be sure to hit that like button. And remember, persist, trust yourself and your vision, because your breakthrough is a lot closer than you think. I'll see you next week.